I did not. I did not abandon you. I wouldn't do such a thing. A floof with poof. Yeah, I don't know why it crashed. I do need to take the chat back off again, though. There we go. What would you do without Mr. Poof? Yeah, but I really have no choice of what I can do at the moment. Because Streamlabs is even worse for my computer. I'm so numbing on these chips. Yeah, anyways, though, I hope everybody who's currently in here for the first time, welcome on in. My name is Marcus, aka Frosted Floof. We do play a lot of Ace Attorney and stuff like that. I am currently playing the demo for the new Miles Edgeworth investigation game until I can get the actual game itself, because I thought the game was coming out like later on this month, but no. It's coming out like now. In like a few minutes. But seriously, I like Verity Govel. Ooh. Now, I will state this, I've not played through the second game yet. I do know, like, bits and pieces and things like that, so, like, I know all of the first game, other than, like, right at the end of the first game, because we're still trying to finish it. And I've watched a fair amount of the anime, and this is the first time playing this particular game. But we are slowly, but surely, getting there. I'm excited for it. POC means person of color. Yep. Yep. Because there are a lot of people who are, and the thing is the way our whole channel works is we're very open and inclusive to anybody and everybody. Our whole ruling is just be respectful to everybody and don't be an ass. But I specifically want people to know, especially those who are in minorities and stuff, that know that they are loved and they're welcome here, no matter what. I myself am non-binary and part of the LGBTQ community, which, you know, I've had my fair share of not so good people. So I want everybody to know that they are loved and accepted for who they are, no matter what, regardless of if they have control over it or not. Well, that's being an ass to people who are consenting to it. In general, like, my whole thing is just like, don't be, if it ends in an ist, generally, don't do it. You know, racist, sexist, or transphobic, ableist, you know, all of those. None of that. Nuh-uh. We don't take none of that here. You can walk out the door with that shit. I am enjoying my Cheetos. I'm sorry. Once I finish them, though, it's just a little small bag. Once I finish, we'll get back to the game. How? But yeah, basically the way the community and all that is and how I do my channel is straight up like, if you I want you guys to be able to come to my streams and be able to wind down and kind of forget the worries of the day, and you know, just enjoy the stream, have a good group of people to talk to. We also have a Discord server for anybody who's new, and who's new and just joining in. Meg, can you post that that command, please? I'd be very appreciative. Thank you. I wish I was near. Me too. Alright. Closer than talking, but still, right? Yeah, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump across the pond, right? Alright. I wish more friends lived closer to me so I could throw food I make at them. I make too much frequently and I get excited about cooking. No, here's the thing with me is I like cooking, but I am also a foodie as well. Like, that's one of the biggest reasons why my whole channel is cafe themed, because I like food. I like food in general. And my oldest daughter, she's an aspiring chef, and she wants to be a chocolatier one day. So I basically push her to do that, because initially I wanted to be a chef, but because my family didn't want to help out with like the tuition and things like that, and they didn't like the idea of me pursuing culinary arts, I had to go to college for graphic design, and wasn't even able to finish that because still nobody would help me. So it's like, I've got 2 years of experience with the graphic design thing, but I don't have a degree to go with it, so it sucks. And then it's just like, I want to make sure that my child has everything that I didn't have growing up. So, like, if she's wanting to go to a specific career choice or do whatever she wants to in the works, I'm not going to stop her. And I will do whatever I can to make sure that she gets to where she needs to be. Because, you know, me growing up, I had a very rough childhood and young adult life, but now that I'm an adult and, you know, married and have, you know, loved ones and kids and the whole 9 yards, I make sure that everybody who I'm with and everybody who I created basically has a better life than I had growing up, because they absolutely deserve it. Alright, so let's continue with this game. Because he's edgy and he's worth it. Exactly. Yeah, for those who are just currently joining in, I'm currently playing the demo for the new investigation game that's literally dropping, or probably just dropped. Let me see, let me double check. I think it may have just dropped. Yeah, it's literally about to drop very, very soon. And currently right now I do not have, yeah, it's not yet available, but it's supposed to be dropping very, very soon. But I currently do not have the munds to get this game, the actual full game, due to the fact that I I sadly just had got through paying bills. So, yeah. So it's just like, I'm playing through the demo, probably gonna make this worse for myself. But like I told everybody else, is like, if somebody buys this game for me before I finish with the demo, I will continue playing it on stream. So currently we're playing through the edgy game. And also, if anybody wants to add me on Steam, they can do so there. And the game is currently on my wish list, so if anybody wants to get it for me and surprise me, I'd be very, 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 very happy. I would be a very, very, very happy floof. Well, earlier it was saying like 2 hours ago, and then an hour ago it said an hour, and then now it's just saying it hadn't dropped. Oh! I think it's out. Yep. Yep, I think it's dropped. Yep, it's out. Ashworth came out of the closet, finally! But yeah, if anybody wants to add me as a friend on Steam, feel free to go for it. I'm so proud of him! Well, me and you are same time zone and everything. Right? Yep, it just says buy Ace Attorney Investigators Collection. All right. Alright, let's continue on with this. Quite simply, the bullet hole itself is too low. If the victim was shot in the stomach, then the hole should be much higher up. But what if the guy was shot while he was sitting or lying down, sir? That would be illogical. The victim leaned against a shelf after being shot, which suggests that he was standing when he was shot. That gives that whole promotion should be higher up, right? Oh yeah, and if anybody wants to change their avatar, if you go and click on Stream Avatars, you have all the Pokemon to choose from and other little things as well. I know, it sucks. Because we just had to see the situation, for those who don't know, just this past week alone, we had to replace a tire on our car after it shredded. And then, yesterday we had a situation where we got stranded because the battery in our car went out. Like, it was not nice. And then on top of that, having to pay bills and the whole 9 yards. Like, it's, it has been a week. Pokemon. That's the mother who plays Pokemon. That means... Wait, what does that mean, sir? It means you need to use your brain every once in a while instead of mind detective. In any case, it means someone made a faulty assumption. And it was from this mistake that our current contradiction was born. What is the faulty assumption that caused this problem with the bullet hole? It would be the position of the handprints, right? Or the order of the files. Because if you would have gotten shot... No, because it... Okay, wait a moment here. Because the position of the body showed that they got shot in the stomach, but they were on the ground. Yeah, because the handprint shows that he would have been standing up, so it should have been up there. I'm gonna say the handprints. The position of the handprints is what's causing this problem. It would be in this dilemma if the handprints were closer to the ground. But the handprints are where they are, up top. Yes, you are quite perceptive, which is why this is not a viable hypothesis. So the what if? So it's just a what if? Then what's the right answer? You still can't figure it out? Then allow me to explain. Yes, please, sir. Guess you didn't notice the slip up. Although at this point, I shouldn't be surprised. Like, I think the files could have been moved. I'm gonna say the order of the files. I believe the order of the files is a bit off. You mean I put them back in the wrong order just now? Hey, actually, I think the labels on the files are wrong, sir. Oh. Yeah, you see here how the files that were shot began with the number 0? What are those all doing down there after 1, 2, and 3? That's really weird. Actually, the way they're organized now is the correct order. You're exactly as I see them in my mind's eye. The numbers are all out of order. Those white binders are special, so they're arranged a little differently. But from this, we know that the files were not in this order when the crime occurred. Would Gumshoe be the Golden Retriever boyfriend or the Yikes boyfriend? Golden Retriever! Because funny enough, we're going to be doing, furry-based cosplays for, Texas Furry Fiesta. And the thing is that, Stabby is actually going to be wearing a Golden Retriever fursuit for the cosplay. And it's gonna fit. It's so much. I'm so excited for this. I cannot wait to have Rex and Reggie all going across Texas Furry Fiesta. It's gonna be so much fun. Yeah, go for it. Feel free. I've been to plenty of furry conventions. Aha, so that's it. I believe the killer made the same incorrect assumption that you did, Detective. Detective. Let's rearrange the files in numerical order and see what we find out. What do you do if you attend one but you don't have a single furry friend? Just asking for an introvert. I would say attend as many panels as possible, because they do have a lot of, different panels and stuff for especially people who are brand new at the conventions and stuff, to where you can actually meet up with new people and things like that. Like, most cons have those. That's your best bet, starting off. And then kind of go from there. Like, attend the panels, just spark, like, the best thing to do is just spark up random conversations with people. You know, something as simple as just starting, like, asking how somebody's day has been, or if it's the first time coming, or tell somebody it's your first time being there. And generally, a lot of people within the furry fandom and furry communities will be there to, like, help guide you, help you understand things, the whole 9 yards. And so, like, and yeah, and like Meg said too, there's also different chat groups and stuff, so if you know you're going to a furry convention, look up their Facebook pages. Look up and find out if there's chats, because generally a lot of furry cons have group chats to where you can, you know, go in and just kind of, like, slowly introduce yourself. You know, that's the way that I learned it whenever I started going to cons and stuff like that. It's just, like, start small, smaller panels, meet other people, you know, things like that. Well, not even that. Just straight up, just casual conversation. Just like, It's like, you know, hey, I like your persona. Hey, I like the art that's on your badge. Hey, your fursuit's awesome. Like, start off with a compliment, like something that draws you to them. And generally after that, then they'll be like, oh, hey, yeah, I like what you have. Or just be like, you know, oh, this is my first time here. I don't know what to do. Could you show me around, or, you know, stuff like that. Like, start off simply with a compliment, something that you see that you like about what you're seeing there. Because honestly, to tell you the truth, funny enough, that's how I, like, when I, like, one of the guys that I met at a Method, the reason I was able to, you know, become friends and chat with them was literally because their name had Frosty in front of it, and my badge had Frosted. That was literally the conversation starter. It was like, hey, our names are similar, you know, and that's where it went. They have a lot of board game rooms, card game rooms. There's some panels where you can play video games and things like that. You can do that kind of thing too. So those are all kinds of different things that you can do while, you know, to be able to meet people at the con. Gotta head out for tonight. Nice to meet y'all. Looking forward to joining again. If you're heading to sleep, be sure to type in !sleep. But again, thank you so much for being here. Thanks so much for showing support. I am going to be back streaming tomorrow. Give me a second. Let me look at my schedule. I can tell you what I'm going to be streaming tomorrow in just a second. Come in. I will be streaming, it looks like I'll be streaming, Wind Waker Crowd Control. If I don't get this game first. If I get this game, I'm gonna be fucking streaming this goddamn thing all day tomorrow. But yep, that's what we got planned to do. But again, thank you so much for being here. It was and thank you so much for the follow, and I really hope to see you again, and yee! So, as of right now, Bull, I consider you more of an acquaintance because I still don't know a lot about you yet. Because the way I consider how I do friends and stuff like that is like, I basically started off with like, if I've known you for a long time, or if I've had interaction with you for a really, really long time, then I consider somebody a friend. Which I consider everybody here like part of my community regardless. But it's like until I like really build up stuff. Like, I'm okay with, like, acquaintances and people who I, you know, interact with on stream, you know, BSing with me and all that kind of stuff. Like, I have no problem with that. Like, but I don't consider everybody immediately right away friends, more or less due to the fact of some bad things that have happened in my past. So that's essentially what that is. And I hope that doesn't like bring anybody down and the whole 9 yards, because it's like I don't dislike anybody or anything like that. It's just that's my personal way of taking the safe route to make sure everybody is kind. You know, kind of like protecting me and my own in a sense, because I've made some very bad mistakes. So yeah, essentially that's essentially what it is. Yeah. Yeah, Mercadia Jin's a really, 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 really old friend of mine. Yeah, it's like I said, it's like even though I do have you guys like to help me and support me and things like that, like I still love you and care for you guys regardless. That's just how it is, because you guys are part of my community. You guys are there for me. But it's like I have a specific mindset for those who I consider my friends. Yeah, me and Meg, we've been friends for 10 years now. IRL. And we've yet to still actually meet in person. We need to do that. Yeah, Mercadia and I, we met when my oldest daughter was 3 months old. M was only 3 months old. Um, yeah, and that I agree with that too, Jelly. Like, I know it sounds harsh, but it's like just because somebody gives something doesn't mean that we owe anything back, kind of deal. We're appreciative of it and we love it, but you know that's how that goes. Because I know of a thing that happened with a friend of mine, hell, even with myself one time, where somebody had like donated like hundreds upon hundreds of dollars, and I mean like $200 to $300, and then expected like everything they did from there on out to be just for them, and it's like no. Like, I still try to do my best to give back to the community. Like, for example, like, you know, with Bull helping out with the, you know, reaching my goal for my bid-a-thon, you know, eventually we're going to be playing a game together, you know, later on, whenever we get things situated, at, you know, once things settle out. I'm getting a tattoo that you guys picked out, you know, things like that. You know, I still give back to the community. In some way, shape, or form, you know? At least to the best of ability, like someone like me who, you know, is monetarily can't really help much. One day I will be able to, though. Mark my words, one day I will. Alright. Let's continue on with this. Do you think it'd be okay to prop the body back up how it was before it was moved? Well, they finished processing the crime scene, so I don't see why it shouldn't be. If you please, Detective Gumshoe. As I suspected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. But I will tell you this, though. I am very appreciative of anybody who does contribute and or help. Yeah, and that's completely fine too. Like, there are a lot of content creators and streamers who are like, yeah, DM me, talk with me, become friends with me, you know. And like, and over time, you know, the more you come to my streams, the more you interact with, you know, yeah, the more you come to my streams, the more you know, do what you gotta do. Like, that helps out a lot. That helps in that regard too, you know. Oh yeah, let me get y'all some stars. Give me a sec. Here you go. We stars. Type in exclamation point chump. Chump. Yeah, chump. Jump to catch you some stars. There you go. Way too many points. Woo! Jelly did a big yump. Alright. As I expected, the bullet hole is now where it should logically be. The killer went through my files first before shooting Mr. Faith. And then put the files back in numerical order, I guess. Also, hi, Stabby! Oh yeah, and we have absolutely made it apparent. Gumshoe has a thing for Edgeworth. Like, straight up. Exactly, and then proceeded to shoot the victim. But why would someone kill a man and then look through your files one more time? Puzzling indeed. The files were thrown in disarray twice. Once before, and once after the crime. But why? Maybe they were trying to get the bullet? So that couldn't be identified with what gun, I guess? Maybe? Just a thought. Now the crime scene is as it was, was at the time of the murder. Time to take another look. This. All right, Jelly, you do what you gotta do. What is that? Why does it say gumshoe on there in blood? I'd say this incredibly incriminating evidence. Yes, indicative of the criminal activity indeed. No, wait! There's gotta be some mistake! Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me! Say something, sir! It appears that the one of my files was stolen. Is that all, sir? What about me and my situation? Is this what the killer was really after? Stolen file. One of the files that was written upon in blood was stolen by the culprit. Oh, good. Finally got my freaking stuff back. It looks like Jim was able to leave the name of his killer in the end. And the most important message managed to reach us. I'm telling you, it wasn't me! You can't be terribly pleased to hear that your beloved partner is the guilty party. If you're going to accuse Detective Gumshoe of being the culprit, I sincerely hope that you have some proof to back it up. Jim's words, they're more than enough, wouldn't you say? If that's how you want to play it, then at least allow me to understand your reasoning. Leon! You got it. I don't like this one bit. There's something strange about this man's attitude. And there must be some sort of flaw to his logic waiting for me to dig out. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you going to do? What I always do in court. I'm going to cross-examine him. One way or another, I'll expose the flaw in his logic with this technique. Oh, well, how do you do that? Can you explain it to me, sir? Might as well. Alright, first, I listen to the witness's testimony. If I find a flaw in the testimony, something that contradicts the evidence, I open my organizer with RB and then present the piece of contradictory evidence. To present something, I simply use Y, but that's old news. But it's not like there's going to be a flaw in their testimony every time, right? Correct, and at those times I need to press the witness with LB. Sometimes by pressing, I can draw out new information or a modified testimony. I think I get it, sir. I'll be sure to try this technique out during investigations, too. Very well. I'll even show you how it's done. Now watch carefully. Mr. Portman's logic. Okay. Detective Gumshoe, you stole Jim's gun from him and shot him dead. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like you had committed theft instead. That was when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. But thanks to that, you didn't even notice the bloody letters his hand was hiding. Or his body was hiding. And it will be by his final words that you'll be brought to justice. You intend to argue that the victim's dying message points to his killer? I can hear it in Jim's voice. He's calling for his killer's arrest. Are you sure you're not mishearing his words, Mr. Portman? There's no way Detective Gumshoe is the culprit here. I will find the flaw in this man's logic and expose it with credible evidence. Okay. Okay, how does he know this?
Hold it!
You know, there was something I've been meaning to ask. What is it? Why do you call the victim Jim? When clearly his name is Buddy Faith. Isn't it obvious? Jim is the perfect name for my companion. Jacques and Jim. Don't those two names go together like peanut butter and jelly? But Jim isn't even close to the guy's real name. Well, Jacques and Buddy just sounds off somehow. Cozy chat vibes tonight. Gumshoe's golden retriever boyfriend for sure. Introverts unite over con tips and the art of making friends. Farewells to Imasha. We bond over Smash Bros. And long-term friendships. Remember, big donations don't buy obligations, just gratitude. Jump catch games are the new hype, and Jelly's off for a snack break. Lock him up. It's case closed. Yeah, apparently we gotta lock Jelly up because we're getting snacks. Besides, he was in the third in a bunch of guys, so they nicknamed him Jim. He talks about the victim like he was his pet. Furthermore, you messed up the files to make it look like he committed theft instead.
Hold it!
Do you really think it was necessary to dishevel my shelves twice to do that? Well, that's true. Okay, maybe his real intent was theft. Hey, are you accusing me of stealing something from Mr. Edgeworth? Alright, Jelly. It's a possibility. Maybe your salary's been cut so much that life is just getting a little rough to handle. I'll have you know that I eat 3 square meals a day every day, pal. Okay, so all 3 happen to be instant noodles, but... Poor thing. What an evil prosecutor you were paired up with. And what a motive, no? Ooh. That's when you moved Jim's body that was sitting in front of the bookshelf. Wait. Maybe?
Objection!
Must object to your line of logic. Which part do you have an objection to? It's... Yes, well, oh fuck, I fucked up. Stay cool, Mr. Edgeworth. You're no good when you're all flustered. Detective's right, for a change. How did it come to this? Uh-oh, I doofed. Calm down, Miles. Listen carefully and think about everything through more rationally. Alright, I'll press him again.
Hold it!
And why would Detective Gumshoe do such a thing? Because the body was getting in his way. He had to mess up your bookshelf somehow, right? Right. Anyway. But thanks to that, you didn't notice the bloody letters on his body was hiding.
Hold it!
Why do you think that the killer didn't notice the bloody letters? The body was covering it quite well, wouldn't you say? That's how he missed it. But judging by what I've seen, it doesn't take much for your detective to miss something. Who do you think you are? You know nothing about me, pal! Well, there's a lot a person can understand about another person, from first impressions alone. I can't say I disagree with him on that point. Jacques the jerk, yep. Why don't you say something, sir? Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth. Despite his lack of attention to detail, I don't believe the detective would be the culprit. Nobody could have overlooked the bloody letters, and I can prove it with evidence. Couldn't ask for a better setup. With a game-finishing spike. And it'll be by his final words that you will be brought to justice. What if I present this?
Objection!
Oh, I fucked up. Oopsie. Okay, never mind. I fucked up. Just had to press him again. As you guys can tell, I'm kind of getting deepy. Nope. Back.
Hold it!
Are you saying that those letters were intended for you? Yep, Jim was an outstanding detective. I would expect no less from my former partner. It looks like Mr. Portsman still doesn't understand. He has yet to figure out the true meaning behind the bloody letters. What are you sputtering about over there? Can't you just admit my logic is perfectly sound? Actually, there's a gigantic flaw in his logic. A gap so wide that even a good detective can spot it. Now to clue Mr. Portsman by presenting him with some evidence. What about the gun?
Objection!
And I fucked up again. Okay. Wait. The safe.
Objection!
And I fucked up again. God damn it! What am I missing? Yeah, because it wasn't.
Objection!
Mr. Portsman, there's a large flaw in your logic. Really? I think it holds up rather well, actually. What do you think is wrong with it? Nothing. Let's move on. Isn't like you at all, sir. Concentrate. I'm not orange juice. I can't figure it out. Ah! Maybe then?
Objection!
Okay, I think we've gotten somewhere. It would behoove you to take a good look at this. I see it, but I fail to see how it has anything to do with me. Fucking hell! You're not at the top of your game today, are you, genius prosecutor? No, I'm not. Good God. Also, hi, Toby. How you doing today? I'm certainly failing at this game. I'm usually better at this. I've whizzed past the first game like it ain't no one's business. Now it's just like, no. I went past the first Phoenix Wright game with no fucking problem, and now it's just like, I am teetotal derp. Phoenix would tell me to sit down for once. Yep. want to try the body with the final words?
Objection!
Fuck! Yeah. God damn it. There's gotta be something. Because his body wouldn't have been hiding it if he was sitting there.
Objection!
Fucking finally! Good God! Perhaps you're not aware, Mr. Portman, but there is a serious flaw in your logic. Bringing a bit of courtroom to this, I see. No problem, I'm game. I can't help but find it odd. Excuse me? Odd that a fellow prosecutor would be brought down by the power of his own office. What are you talking about? Oh, you're joking. I get it. If you have the time to laugh, then you have the time to take another closer look at this. Do you still not see? If not, may I direct your attention to the missing file? What? That's impossible. What's impossible, Mr. Portsman? Nothing. The files on that shelf for all are about a certain case. When the killer went to take the file after murdering your partner, I highly doubt they could have missed the bloody letters written on the spines.
Objection!
It is possible that they could have taken the file before committing the murder. I think that's pretty obvious if the file was stolen after it was written on. The missing letters are in the detective's name where is proof. Yeah, I mean the S is gone and there's only half an H. If Detective Gumshoe really was the culprit of this case, then I highly doubt that even he could have overlooked his own name written in blood on the files. Dun dun dun! Especially as a detective who can't stand the sight of blood. Ooh. he got them there. Which means what exactly? What does that make this dying message? It makes it the work of a criminal intent on tampering with the crime scene. That's so low! I can't believe the criminal tried to pin this whole thing on me, sir! I'm gonna get him, sir! You'll see! I'm gonna have them under arrest in no time! That smug look from Miles. Good God. Well, Mr. Portsman. Brilliant. Absolutely splendid. Lots you deserve it, an Olympic gold. I appreciate the praise, but it doesn't change the fact that your reasoning is flawed. Meh. You win some, you lose some. That's how life goes. Glad everyone's so cheery, even though I feel more dead than alive. Huh. But you know, it really is a shame. I really didn't want to have to bring this up, however. What is it this time? Are you still after me, pal? Humor me for a second. Who has the key to this office? That would be me. But Mr. Edwards just proved him innocent, pal. That's absolutely right, and I acknowledge your innocence. Then why do I sense you still have something to say? Well, I was thinking, did you know that there is one other person with a key to this office? One other person? Hey, you there! Yes, sir. What is it, sir? Would you kindly fetch and escort that lovely young lady, here for me? A lady? Oh, no. The girl is a member of this building's security. Think of her as a material witness. Security? If someone says security? No, stop it, pal, don't! What's wrong with him all of a sudden? I believe she needs no introduction. I have called upon Miss Maggie Bird, a member of the security. Detective Gumshoe, sir? Maggie? Miss Bird is security guard on watch tonight. I see, and your point is? I thought they were about to bring an old bag. I was about to lose my goddamn shit. I genuinely thought they were gonna bring an old bag. My point is that she could very well have used it. And by it, I mean the master key, which can open all the office doors in the building. What? If you're not the guilty party, Detective Gumshoe, then the only other person with access to this room is Miss Bird. How dare you! I would never sneak into someone's room! That's right, I refuse to believe that Maggie's the culprit, pal. It was me! That's right, I did it! Can we take that as a confession, Detective? Well, it wasn't really me, but it definitely wasn't Maggie, pal. So yeah, it was me. If it was, you have problems with that, right? Please refrain from flying off the handle, Detective. There's no need for such theatrics. Listen to your boss, Detective. He understands what I'm saying here. That girl is the only one who could have committed the crime, and for one simple reason. Oh God, here we go. It's pretty obvious that Miss Bird snuck into your room after using the master key. I mean, if Detective Gumshoe isn't the one who opened the door. That fucking jacket, I swear to God. want to smack her so badly right now, right? Then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she? Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message. So you're saying she used the master key? The master key. This can open every office door and is controlled by security staff. Incredibly incriminating evidence, would you say? That's what you claimed about the evidence earlier as well. Well, that was then and this is now. The flow of a good match always changes during a rally. It's all about your reflexes and reaction time, especially for an athlete like me. I wonder if there's anyone else other than Mr. Bird who could have used the master key. It seems that the only way to get Mr. Portsman to give me more details is to press him. Alright, let's press him.
Hold it!
Are you sure Miss Bird is the only member of security who could have used the master key? Well, there's only one person on staff at the time of night, and tonight she's it. Isn't that right, Miss Bird? Exactly. Exactly, Bull. That's true, but I wasn't able to use my master key at the time of the crime, sir. Wasn't able to? What's that supposed to mean? Yes, moving on. I hate to get sidetracked by something unrelated. What do you mean unrelated? I want to hear what she has to say, pal. But you can't really trust her not to tell lies. Plus, I hate wasting time. Should I hear Miss Bird out? Yeah. Not so fast. I am too interested in hearing what Miss Bird has to say. Cozy up, chat. Mercadia is on a roll, spotting Jacques the Jerk. It's weird, 80s hairdo and calling out his crime scene faux pas. Meanwhile, Shift is attempting to with us gift ideas and reminders to hydrate. Bite critiques fashion choices as Bullfroth dreams of a smackdown. Will Frosted Fruits jump catch champion crack the case before midnight? Stay tuned. I don't know, we'll see. Didn't I just say it'd be a waste of time? I don't need to hear her lies. Well, I'll be the judge of that. Miss Bird, if you please. I discovered that the master key was missing around 1 a.m., sir. What do you mean by missing? Was it anywhere in the security booth, sir? The killer must have stolen it. Mr. Portman, I believe this to be an important piece of testimony, don't you? I can't believe that someone like you would be taken in by such words. I'm not lying, sir.
Objection!
If that's the case, then I'd like to know why you have the master key now. I don't quite know. It just reappeared all of a sudden, sir. Ha! Likely story. And where's your proof that the key was stolen to begin with? I bet you just forgot where you put it and then found it again. I never lose things. I can practically guarantee that. With me, if something disappears, it's usually because someone stole it. Yeah, pal. Trust me, you don't want to test just how bad our luck is. Unfortunately, I can't deem this piece of testimony as conclusive. Glad you agree, Mr. Edgeworth. But... You still haven't established Maggie's motive for breaking into Mr. Edgeworth's office. Her motive? Didn't we already establish that it was theft? I mean, the culprit clearly went through the bookshelves and at least tried the safe. As it is, Mr. Portman says... It is as Mr. Portman says, Detective. I can't ignore the fact that all the evidence points toward the motive of theft. But I'm done taking blows. It's time to counteract with a few facts of my own. Her intent? From the messed up shelves to the wiped down safe, I'd say thievery. Suppressed.
Hold it!
I concur that the culprit's motive appears to have been thievery. However, glad to hear that the great Miles Edgeworth is in agreement with little old me. However, with regard to the investigation, the bookshelves and safe, hey, good thinking, asking for my opinion on the matter. Would it be too much for you to allow me to complete a full sentence? Ooh. Okay, let's press again. I thought we had established Detective Gumshoe's innocence pretty thoroughly. It was just a theory, one hypothesis among many possibilities. I mean, I had my doubts about Miss Bird from the very beginning. If that's the case, then why didn't you mention her first? Ooh. Now, don't make that face. See, there goes the truth, running the other way. But his is just push him out the window and say he tripped, right? Let's pick up the pace and see if we can't catch up to it. I don't think you're catching my drift. But we are in agreement that the detective isn't the killer, right? If so, then I hope you can understand when I say that since she's the only one that could have opened your office door, then that leaves only Miss Bird as our prime suspect.
Hold it!
Don't you think it's a bit early to be jumping to conclusions? Are you saying that there's another way to open the door other than with the master key? Oh, I get it. Perhaps she had a spare made for someone else. I'll have you know, I have never made a spare, so what are you insinuating? Nothing. I guess I should have known better than to suggest that someone like you would. On top of which, she knows our good detective, doesn't she?
Hold it!
Is there any evidence that this in the district that hasn't at least heard of Detective Gumshoe? Good point. He's practically a celebrity among us prosecutors. Really? I never knew I was so talked about, sir. Well, we're holding our collective breath, you know. For when you screw up so badly that you're literally chased off the force. Ooh. Wait, what? Is that true, Mr. Edgeworth? Of course not. That's hogwash. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Especially all those times you talk about docking his pay. Phew, don't scare me like that. I almost had a heart attack there. Making it all the more probable that she was the one who faked the dying message.
Hold it!
Nope! By dying message, you mean the bloody letter that spells out Gumshoe? I figured that whoever wrote his name must have wanted to frame him. And just the act of choosing his name is proof enough that the two knew each other well. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and present some evidence! I would love to. But first, we should listen a bit more and digest what he's saying. And press him for more information. Wait a moment. Didn't Edgeworth state that nobody knows about the safe except for the prosecutors? That only the prosecutors know about the safe in their room? If she's just a security guard, she wouldn't have known.
Objection!
Do you wish to continue insisting that Miss Bird was set on stealing something? Why not? It's the truth, after all. It was also by your logic that we came to this whole thievery conclusion anyway. Oh, that may be, but you also must be aware of the fact that the safe is a secret safe. Exactly! The existence of which only is privy to persecutors. Dun dun dun. Ah! I find it a little hard to believe that hidden safe was part of her cunning plan. But she could have found it by accident while she was turning everything else upside down. I highly doubt that. I'd say the culprit knew exactly what they were looking for. After all, only the bookshelf and the safe were targeted. Yeah, even I didn't know about the safe, pal. And that means there's no way Maggie could have known about it either. Then are you proposing that the killer is a prosecutor? Interesting conclusion. That's definitely looking more and more plausible. What's wrong, prosecutor? Do you have a different suspect in mind now? Curses! Why? What made you? What's the anger face all of a sudden? It's all my fault. What do you mean? It's Jim. He knew about the existence of the secret safes. Huh? What did you just say? We were partners, like inseparable conjoined twins. That's why I told him. I filled him in on the secret safes. Then that means... Yeah, I know. I had only just told him too. Obviously it was wrong of me to tell him. I still can't quite believe it, but the thief who broke into your room was probably Jim. Now he's claiming that the victim was a thief? And you were simply trying to stop him, weren't you? Miss Maggie Bird. Excuse me? Hmm? I mean, you are a security guard, right? That's your job. But killing is going to be going a bit far, even in your risky profession. What the? You're still accusing Maggie of the murder? Yes and no. I mean, she had stumbled upon Jim and probably drawn his gun. I get it. It was in self-defense, wasn't it? No, I couldn't. I could never do something like that. Not even as a security guard, sir. Plus, even if he was the thief, he would have had the key to this. He wouldn't have had a key to this office, which is precisely why he had to steal it. Wouldn't you say? It was Jim who stole the master key. Pretty impossible for supposedly stolen key to be here with us unless you retrieved it from Jim after you killed him. Mr. Portsman, are you honestly accusing your own partner of being a thief? I don't want to admit it, but it's the only way for everything else to make sense. He has no honor. Has he no honor? Now then, I think we're done here. The investigation waits for no man. Would you people be so kind to see yourselves out? You can't kick us out. This is Mr. Edgeworth's office. Ah, but I'm the one who's been assigned to this case. You're all suspects of varying degrees and therefore ineligible to run this show. Listen, pal, how many times do I have to say this? Maggie can't be the culprit. Detective Gumshoe, calm yourself. But, sir, we have no choice but to accommodate his request, for now. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. At least one of you understands. Now then, if you could remove yourselves from my crime scene, I'd be most grateful. Mark my words, Mr. Portsman, we will meet again. If that's a formal request from the legendary prosecutor himself, then I suppose so. Now don't disappoint me, you hear? Well, shit. To be continued. And that is that's it of the demo. So, all right. Well, with that said, I think that is where we're going to call it off for today. Now, as I said, if I get the game between here and tomorrow, I will definitely play more of the case. I will continue on with this game. But sadly, I don't has it, so maybe I will by tomorrow. Maybe. Hey, you got Togepi, you got the baby. That's my favorite Pokemon. Um, but anywho, I think we're gonna go try and find somebody to raid out to. Again, thank you all so much for being here. Thanks for showing support. Um, like I said, I will pick back up on that game once I get it, because that's only the demo. That's only the beginning. So with that said, let's see who we can go find to raid out to. Da 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 da. Ba-doo ba-doo. Who'll be streaming that I can send you guys to? So we got Majin. They're streaming. Hmm. Let's see. Slush is streaming. Viper streaming. Hmm. I think I'm going to send you over to Majin. Because Majin's currently playing Pokemon Black and White, it looks like. So I'm going to send you guys over to Majin to show some love. So as always, once you pop in, be sure to type in all caps Floof Cafe Raid with some bread or coffee based emotes. Please give Majin a lot of love. Again, thank you all so much for showing love and support. You guys are awesome, lovely, and amazing. Like, absolutely amazing. So, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for showing support. Um, I will be back tomorrow, probably playing some Wind Waker, or like I said, if I wind up getting the new investigations game, then I'll probably play it there. Unless the Xbox Game Pass has it on there. So if they have it on Game Pass, then I'm definitely gonna be, playing it. But with all that said, though, thank you all so much for being here. Thanks so much for showing support. And as always, even though the cafe may be closing, still know that we are still here and that we still love you for who you are because you are awesome, lovely, wonderful, and amazing. And if you ever believe that your worth within this world is not well worth it, you are full of yourself because you are absolutely wonderful just the way you are. And, you know, you belong here. You make more of a difference than you believe you do. So, thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for showing support. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Love you all so much. Mwah. Taddy bye. Taddy bye.